Turn camera.
Marked.
102, take one.
With overlap, action please. Action Orson, please.
You just do anything?
No, sorry, cut.
Yeah, rolling. 102, take two.
Ah, the French champagne. It's always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson, inspired by that same French excellence. It's fermented in the bottle, and like the best French champagne, it's vintage dated. So Paul Masson.
Okay. 102, take.
Oh, the attempt to fade out for reals. Look at me go. I did it. Listen, before you even do anything or say anything, I swear to God, I've seen that a million times, but every time I forget for a hot moment I'm not staring into a demon's warlock portal to the future of my life. Because that is, I mean, Orson Welles drunk on a commercial making money while 4 or 5 on camera and a lot more behind the camera adult human beings have to just be there for their day job while he's just falling the fuck over. I love that man to death.
just play that next little bit.
I closed it. No. I could watch that whole thing 1,000 times.
California champagne.
Because I just love that he comes into the next bit, they're like action, and he's like,
that man found himself there. His last memory was way earlier in the evening. I know exactly what that feeling was. I've been there. I have that face that he has at the opening where he is just standing there and they're like, oh, the commercial. I have been Orson Welles, deer in the headlights, came to existence from a brownout in front of a karaoke audience. And it's my turn.
Here on this show, there have been moments where we're just going and you're like,
also,
Kaz, you gonna read your thing? Yeah. All right. And on Saturday, to California.
By the way, Curtis is in the chat room. He has seen how easy it is for me to get wasted.
It doesn't take much. Who is this person? Who is this third person that no one's ever heard of on this show that no one's ever heard the name of?
Well, hey, it's me, Open Bayou. How's it going, everyone?
I am not asking you to do the intro.
Well,
this is Kaz's Orson.
This is for the audio listeners. Kaz and I are having a battle of the wills right now over who's gonna do the intro or break first.
I was, and then fucking Open Bayou jumped in the middle, and then we both went, what?
Open Bayou, take it away.
Welcome to dkgWELP. This is the Drunk Kids Gaming Podcast. I am King Kaz. That is Curly. We're joined this week by Open Bayou, who has already opened his mouth, and the Jen, who is live in studio.
Taken out. Yeah. Yeah, those are our guests. Those two of them. That's them. No. Jen is here in the studio. I think we warned everyone about it the prior weeks that this was going to happen. At the same time that we did decide to book the amazing, the pirated sports
now affiliate.
Yeah.
Behind him TV. Oh, affiliate Open Bayou. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Only took me 4 weeks and a lot of not sleepless nights.
Yeah, that'll do that. Welcome to the start of your journey.
Yeah, by the way, I have a chat window on here. I can already see 1, 2, 3. I can already identify the bots on your viewer list.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. Let's just call each other out on
Welcome
their botting.
To the world of streaming.
Would you add some more bots in, please? But yeah, no, we do a podcast here with our friends, and we talk about weird news stories and I don't know, games sometimes.
What have you guys been doing in the California IAs
Yeah, Jen's been my house guest for the extended weekend since Thursday or so. So far, we've had delicious food. I mean, I always ask people that have been here. We had Sheep that was here the other time. What's the Curly House Chez Curly already? And don't be funny, be real. This is gonna go on Yelp.
It's already on Yelp, not going to be on Yelp. I already made it.
I don't know who to call on Yelp.
No, I already made a thing. It's okay. You guys submitted one. You're okay.
I mean, a fucking Airbnb.
It's not on Yelp. It's on Google reviews though. Casa de Curly. It's got like a 4, like a strong 4 stars. Strong 4.
I'd say so.
The towel gate,
That's the proprietor,
was concerning.
I still didn't get new towels. I'm sorry.
You know what the thing is like it's been fine.
We only got knives halfway through the stay.
Out of 10, no, out of 5. I was. To be fair, I have been fed. This man has like whipped out an air fryer and made some of the most delicious lettuce wrapped homemade burgers I've ever had. That was really nice. So
no, Carl, I did not buy a smoke detector. In fact, I actually did buy something on Amazon. California Carl was in house for some of the weekday streams as well. I wish we could have you on the podcast as well. But Carl pointed out quickly that my house is not up to code with no smoke detector.
Do you have a carbon monoxide detector?
No, God. If I didn't have a fucking smoke detector, I'm not gonna have the fucking beat boot fucking Jetsons space detector, whatever the hell that you just mentioned.
They don't do
Fancy shit.
Well, in California, it's actually like
super illegal.
Code. Yeah, it's law. You have to have a carbon monoxide and smoke detector.
So is hooking up your fucking nephew with a cool apartment.
Well, those are our illegals. You know where to find
Just
us.
gonna air them out there, everybody.
Let's see. Sports Center behind me is on right now. They're doing something.
But my point to Carl is that Carl added it to my Amazon list through my little Echo device, and I bought this cable, and it was like, oh, you want to check out both things in your list? And I was like, bitch, I bought one. And then it was like, but what about the smoke detector? I was like, damn it, Carl! You got me.
Yes.
You got me a day and a half later.
Carl.
Yeah, it was good times.
Before we go into news, I have a tale. I think I may have white mommed a company.
Ooh, can I just come up with a name for the segment instead?
All right.
Because I wanted to bring this up because I have a story as well, but I wanted to take it under the title, and I'll get to the title in a second. But it's like akin to the time I told you about my issues with someone in the line at Vaughn's. I think I just think this is the kind of idea, like just a doing your normal day-to-day adulting, and the segment title will be "Run-ins with Kaz and Curly." Because I would like to say that my story is a bit of a run-in that I had that I'd like to share in the show. So if you want to share your run-in, if this falls under that.
let me get this one out. So I bought a brand new book bag. So like kind of very military-esque style bag, and I'm like, cool.
It's hold on. I'm going to add this again to the dictionary.
You really bought that thing?
Yeah.
No. Don't let him get away with this open bio. This is once again another example of just old terms that Kaz says, like an old ass man. Like I think he's a 70-year-old man inside of a young dude's body. Like
it really is.
He
like
says
a
nail varnish, and he's just like, "Oh, my book bag." Or
wait, you said nail varnish?
Yeah, he says nail varnish.
So you're really gonna go to Iraq and Afghanistan to take photos?
No, it's all black. It's not camo at all. It's like it's hipster ass military backpack.
Hipster ass military backpack. Exactly what you think of when you're shopping for a backpack.
Yeah.
I may or may not have one in the background.
I bought this. I got this item. I'm like, cool, great. You know, first they were supposed to send an extra like camel bag with it that you can attach to the bag. So I was like, yo, perfectly nice. Exactly what I said. Hey, didn't get the other bag. They were like, it's coming later. Cool, thank you.
Ooh.
Then I was like, all right, I'm gonna finally use this bag. Push it, put shit in it, see how it fits. One of the pockets ripped. And I was like, well, fuck. I just got this thing and it fucking ripped. So I'm like, hey, just so you know, minor tear in the bag. Haven't used it yet. A little fucked up. Here's a picture. And they were like, oh, yeah, I see that. Thanks for providing a picture.
What's this method of communication? Is this email?
Email?
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
email. So I'm like, yeah. took a picture of it, sent it to them, and they're like, "Cool. What do you want us to do?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, do you have a way to fix it? Is there like,
Do you want to set? Can you FedEx me a seamstress? Is that
right?" Like, so they're like, "Unfortunately, we don't have any kind of in-house thing. Maybe we can give you some money back." And then that's when the Karen came out, and I was like, I recently purchased this thing. I haven't even used it yet. I've used it maybe 2 times. I've got it less than a week ago, and this is the service that you're going to give me. You're going to offer me a percentage of my money back. There's no even way to exchange or fix the current one that I have. Wow.
I
and
love
they were
being
like,
in
yeah,
customer
so
service. Oh God, I can't-
we sent you another one. We good? So I was like, yeah, thanks. Do you want the other one? They were like, nope, keep it, donate it, give it to a child,
did
give
that
it to
to
a
me.
homeless man. Whatever you need.
It's not Kaz becoming me. It's Kaz doing his white mom trying to get his kid into a good school. Like,
whoa,
That's a
I didn't pay
little
anyone.
more
all right? My
involved,
kid got in on
okay?
their own merits. All right, I didn't pay a fucking dime to get Bobby onto the fucking Yale sports team. Sports.runins.com if you want to hear more about that story.
I do like
whole
how
story.
in the beginning of that story though, you didn't even use it. I haven't even used it. It looked like 2 or 3 times. Like that's why in customer service, I'm like, really? You never used it? Like never once? Never once, except for the 2 or 3 times I used it. But still, warranty,
it's supposed
for
to be
real.
a super rugged bag. So for the pocket to just straight rip off the way it did when I was putting a water bottle in it, I'm like, what the yikes is this?
Like, so I've been on both sides of the customer service portion of that. I think I've talked about both sides of it because I've been the customer that opens up something and been like, I swear to God, like on my end, like I do motherboards and shit. This used to be with Intel. Intel used to be really good about replacing dead boards, but they were very adamant because people did it all the time. If you fucking bend those pins on the board, that's your fault. I don't care if you just bought it.
Yep.
And they would be like that. And I'm like, okay, I get that as your policy. That's fine. But you ship us thousands a month. And I go through them one by one. And I open them. And I have seen on 2. And I had to always tell this to every fucking person that I talked to. Because they're like, no, sir, pins do not ever come from the factory broken. And I'm like, bitch, I just opened this board. I am the only one who looked at it. It had a bent pin. It happens. I understand it happens very rarely. But I'm going to come at you sideways. Don't fucking... I've seen so many of these boards. I know how to handle them. On the other end of it, I've been the guy at the customer service counter at Fry's with the guy who brought, his TV back a year later, and he's like, I just opened it, and there you can see the baseball still in it, and you're like, sir, it didn't have that baseball when we set it up at your house.
Oh man, that Wiimote embedded itself. That must have happened inside the
No.
box.
Like I had a laptop that someone brought in, like the screen, it's got weird like.
I swear the Fox NFL logo came burnt into the screen when I bought it.
It's got weird lines on the screen on the laptop, and it's like, okay, so you open it up, it's shattered. You can see where it was closed on a pen, on a fucking someone left their pen in their fucking laptop on their keys, and it just.
Funnily enough, I took my friend to the Sprint store the other day because she was like, I bought a new phone, but there's like a screen burn in it, and it was like she had just got it, and there's like a symbol of a battery, depending on what color you pull up, that you can see just burnt into the screen.
Oh.
So like we roll in, and like the dude automatically off the top said the wrong thing because he was just like, yeah, sometimes that happens. And I'm just went, yeah, all right.
Very sweet.
And she's like, the fuck do you mean? And I was like, I'm gonna step back.
Yep, let Becky handle it. She's gonna be all right.
Yeah. And he's like, and then he saw the like. So sometimes with refurbished products, they have a certain quality that they have to meet, and if they meet that quality, the thing that might be wrong with them will pass either way. And she's like, "Oh, okay." Like, bro, you never start with the. Never big dog the customer. Just explain it in detail.
Not when it's new.
Because when you go, whatever, dog.
All right, so my run-in wasn't, it's not a big-ass story, but I was, it turns out at Vaughn's again, where I had another run-in, this time with a gentleman. I'm in line.
How open of you.
I'm in line You know how much I hate being. Everyone hates being in line. I don't want to be that comedian. But I'm in line, and there is the one man ahead of me, and I already hate him. I already hate him so much. Because he's standing in front of me with his personal belongings, lots more than he should have, and his groceries. And in his hand, like he's carrying just a jumble of garbage and groceries in his hands. And in his mouth is a donut. And a long one. A long, what are they called? Fucking eclairs?
It's a Eclair or a Long John.
Yeah, whatever. A fucking Long John in his mouth. And just a chocolate donut. And it's just hanging from his big dumb mouth. And he's sitting there in line. And he's now next, where I'm hoping he moves quickly. And the cash register person is trying to get groceries out of his hands, because the guy's not putting any of the groceries and or of his belongings onto the conveyor belt where you put your shit. Yeah. He's got them in his hands, and the cash register guy is like, "Oh, do you want to buy those?" And the guy is trying to mumble shit through his donut. And I've already hated him before he tried to speak through a donut, and now he's just the flames of hell have raged in me at this point, and And the cash register guy, you just have to imagine this. The guy's got, again, just a pack rat style of shit that some of it is groceries. And the cash register guy is just pulling, like, objects out of his ball, his Katamari ball, and just bringing them up. And then the guy is looking around like, this is normal. And then the cash register guy asks him to pay, and he looks like he's trying to get to his pockets. And then he looks at me, and I think he wanted me to take the donut out of his mouth.
No, he wanted you to reach in his pants and find his wallet.
I have never stood so stoically still and silent and just blinked until the whole situation just went away. Like, I just stood, there was no reaction from me. I thought I froze in time.
Like, sir, I am not going to help you here.
I didn't know what he wanted. I didn't know what he wanted, and I was like...
It's like an adult toddler trying to go grocery shopping.
At some point, he put all this shit down, and then he just paid, and he left, and he's like, "I'm sorry," and he's just laughing, and everyone's having a fun time. And I'm like, I don't even know what I saw, but I haven't told a single soul about this story yet because I wanted the initial reaction of my recalling the story to be here and now. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's under RunIns. I'm in La Jolla.
Oh my god, he's in it's like fancy as fuck town, dude, down here. It's crazy.
So I have one more.
It was dripping donut juice on the floor.
You're done. I don't want to hear any more about your dripping donut juice. Gross.
I'm gonna paint a picture for you with this one, right? So we went out the other day to watch the movie Us, and I'm a fan of food before movie, right? I'm a fan of that shit. So we wanted to go because they opened like one of those kind of Korean barbecue / conveyor belt Korean restaurants.
Oh, okay.
And we wanted to go there, but it was full as fuck. So we're like, fuck, we can't, we don't want to wait forever because our movie's in 45 minutes. So we're like, all right, we walk out. Oh yeah, there's a new Chinese place right across the street. So let's go there. So we walk into this place, and it is clearly a Chinese restaurant that at some point, because
you're listening to Drunk Kids Gaming.
Ooh,
thank you. Carry on.
It is clearly a place that was repurposed because you can tell it used to be an Italian restaurant from the way that the walls and decorum of the restaurant is designed, but they just kind of changed the color scheme and nothing else. And then they just have it's a Chinese carryout place that has a restaurant space that they treat like super white service. So they have people in like white button shirts and aprons and fucking shit. But you go to that front and it's a Chinese carryout. It's just paper menu. Oh yeah, let me get fucking General Chow's and rice kind of place. So we're like, whatever, fuck it. We'll sit down, we'll eat. The people sitting in the booth in front of us were an old white couple, and they were fine for the first few minutes. They're like, oh yeah, no, we love this place, it's great, yada yada yada. Then they order their food and get their food, and they turn into, he turns into fucking Karen because he's just like, I ordered this General Chow's with I didn't want this much sauce on it. It's so saucy. I can't eat this. Just please, and it doesn't taste the same. This is 4 times now that I've been here, and it is just not taste the same. Any time that I've been here, I don't know what it's using. And then he's like, and the pepper shrimp, it's so peppery. I said less pepper on that pepper shrimp.
His name
I
is.
don't want pepper on the pepper shrimp. And we're just like,
his name is Chad.
we're just like, bitch, you ordered pepper shrimp, and you don't want pepper on the pepper shrimp? Like, what the oh.
You never asked me about how many peppers.
Yeah.
On the 1 to 10 pepper scale, did you want like 3 peppers? Like, where would you like us to be?
And he complained to every server that walked past him, just like, excuse me. So when you make this, how is this made? Oh, And then like the next person comes by, like he's fucking running a fucking survey. Excuse me, how do you like General Chow's? Like, we're just like,
how does this coincide with like coincide with like something I actually had problems with? I find it annoying, but I seem to just see it only in a lot of older people and older restaurants. You ever go to like there's a couple like in El Cajon especially. There's like. They're not mom and pop anymore. But they've been there for such a long time that it's like a family that runs it, like just like American dining, like breakfast places or whatever. And you go in there and like there's always like especially at this fucking soup plantation. There's always a guy that thinks it's important. Like he's an older dude that always thinks it's like important to know everybody's name and that everyone knows who he is. And he's like always like, oh hey Ma, tell Martha that she's doing great on the spoons back there. You know, you're like, why is he doing that? One of my friends' grandfathers was like this. Whenever we go out to like dinners at places, and he'd be like, "Oh, let's go to Izzy's Cafe." Yeah, Mary wants to see me. I know her and the kids have been a long time, and blah blah blah. And it's like, can you not like flaunt the fact that you're fucking friends the entire?
Take that and then add my grandfather that will not drink out of anything but his own coffee cup that he hauls in. We will go to a nice ass dressy restaurant and he'll pull out and be like, I need to get a coffee. And he's like, no, just when you're refilling, just bring the pot around and fill her up. And it's a plastic carrying mug. And it's the most awful thing. I'm just like, God, you're such an old man. Like, you're so awkward and it makes me so frustrated.
Such a trashy, garbage, white people town thing.
But he will do it everywhere.
Showing up.
We were at a place that only serves free range chicken and like steaks, and you have to order your sides separately. That is the kind of restaurant that we were at, and he has his plastic to-go cup.
Reminds me of my mother going like, my mother and her fucking friends trying to go into places with like,
and I'm a big fucking deal.
It's 49-cent large drink day at McDonald's, and they just fucking show up with a fucking pitcher, like trying to fill up her Slurpee cup with fucking fucking L, guys. I hate it. We do horrible things to the customer service industry. Tip your waitress. Tip your waiters.
Yes.
Tip everybody.
Tip everybody.
Also,
like the person that stood in line for an hour for us today.
was there was the hard language barrier because most of that serving staff, English was not their first language. Because like I ordered sushi and the lady tried to like upsell me on something, and she's like, "Yeah, we have giant," and I was like,
"What?"
Giant. And I'm just trying to complete it myself so I don't have to ask her again because I know I'm not going to understand it the second time. And she's like, yeah, giant this week. And I'm like, okay, so giant this week. What would you get that's giant this week? Giant lobster?
Shrimp.
No? Okay. Shrimp?
Dog.
And then she like writes it down. Giant this week. Like oysters. Fuck yeah. You already wrote it down. Yeah. And then she came back like, we don't have this week. And I was like, okay.
I did. You really hyped it up.
Yeah, that's what so then my friend did that same exact thing you just did. He was like, you really had me going. I wanted it so bad. And she was like, huh? And he was like, I'm sorry.
I had a question about combined restaurants that have like multiple different like types of a food that has kind of a flourish to it, like an actual like an event, like the Korean barbecue that we do, whatever. So
yeah.
I recently went to a place that was Korean barbecue and sushi.
Yes.
And I was like, cool, fucking, I love all of these things. And so I went there, and my coworker that came with me, he was like, "Oh shit, I'll get some sushi. That's sweet." And I was like, "Yeah, we'll just do sushi. That sounds great. We'll go to this place that it says Korean barbecue and sushi, whatever, cool, whatever." So we go in there, and this lady gives us the menus and everything, and the whole thing is like it's Korean barbecue. The grill's there and everything, and sauces are out on the plate and shit. And she's like, "Oh, what do you guys want?" And we're looking through, and there's no sushi in this menu, and I'm like, "Shit, where are we?" Okay, we're just checking. We're at this. It says sushi on there, cool, and I didn't know because I just like I've been to other places that are like combined restaurants, but it's kind of like you have just like a combined menu and then you get shit from whatever. But this place, like, it felt like a magic show happened when we were like, "Oh, we were gonna order from sushi. Do you have like a different menu?" And it was like table fucking cloth flip. Like all the Korean barbecue shit went away. I think posters came off the wall, and it became like sushi restaurant. And it was like, "Here you go. Here's your chopsticks, your fucking soy sauce." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like it was just amazing. It was so quick and so simple.
Yeah, no, I've had that same exact experience where you're like, "Oh yeah, no, they do fucking beef bowls and sushi," and then you're just like, "This is a steak restaurant. What the fuck?" And they're like, "Yeah, so we have porterhouse this week," and you're like, No, I wanted sushi." "Oh, okay, let me get your Asian waitress." Like, what you want? What the fuck? "Oh, sushi? Yeah, okay, we got that for you." And you're like what? And it's just they just flip it on you. All right, let's do news.
We got to do some fucking news. Jesus Christ, this is what happens. It's gonna be a long
we're just
one.
waiting for an hour.
Strap in.
Let's fill that knowledge hole with Kaz and Carly's news bag.
Biggity bam.
Ooh.
Pull
All right, so I'm gonna do this one first. This one is this is our news bag segment, and if you would like to participate in our news bag segment, you can follow the links below. Join our Discord. There's your channel there called dkgWELP, and you can give us news stories like this one that comes from Thrill List. Paragliding. Fun activity. You jump off a mountain, you land somewhere else. Well, this gentleman in I'm gonna assume Australia was doing that. Sticks the landing perfectly fine, but then a kangaroo just runs up on him and starts fighting him.
Oh yeah, this video.
Why are you assuming Australia?
Because it was a kangaroo.
Yeah. We're also kangaroos.
Oh, did he land in
You
the
tell me
San
another
Diego Zoo?
kangaroo
Like,
thing.
what's your concern?
That's the joke, guys. God damn.
Okay. I was like,
Don't give Kaz a chance to jump on me. He'll pounce when he sees an opening, even if it's right or wrong. He didn't believe in you. He just goes.
hey, that's my.
But play a little bit of this video.
I know,
and
I'm
just skip that
scared to
little bit.
play viral hog videos.
Oh, viral hog. Woo.
That looks terrifying.
That's a
Yo,
really
Have you ever
terrifying.
seen a fucking kangaroo flex on you, yo? They're fucking not okay. Like,
No, they're terrifying.
I want to fucking do this so bad. I miss pilot wings on the 64.
Like, I want to do this, but I also don't. Like,
No, I've seen you try to do this in Mario. You're really bad at it. You're really, really
But
bad
look
at
at this.
it.
Just boom.
Boom. Like,
lands.
he just had a good
Now, there's a
day.
moment.
Then
Man,
out of nowhere,
exhilarating.
man. He
Oh,
turns and
man.
he's like, "Yo, what's
Moment
up,
of my
kangaroo?"
life.
So this,
And then they're like, "No, run your pocket."
Dude.
I'm telling you, no, fuck you, Cass. This is exactly what this is. This is me playing Apex Legends. This is me playing fucking PUBG.
Is he playing PUBG?
This is every fucking goddamn game.
No, man, we told you it was safe to land there. Dude,
Yeah,
there
no,
were six guys, literally.
Every time Panda picks a fucking drop zone.
You need to go to the end where the people timed out, and then you can get easy kill points.
Dude, that kangaroo came at him like he stole. Like, he stole,
my house.
Like, he,
In the wrong neighborhood.
That's my gun.
But I love it because like the dude is so chill about it. Because at first he's like, "Oh, what's up, Jack?" And then the kangaroo just decks him twice. And he's like, "Hey, God, fucking kangaroos!"
How do you even run with a parachute on you, man? Like,
But he's so like matter of fact. It was like not his first time fist fighting a kangaroo. Just like,
What
was that,
in the military base?
kangaroo.
what was that one like there was like a one like named like ripped ass kangaroo.
oh, are you talking about the
Oh.
kangaroo that was like the?
Yeah, this little fucking
Yeah, it's real
beefcake
uncomfortable. Why-
motherfucking man. Look
Yeah,
at this guy.
this thing.
I don't understand.
Why?
Look at this guy just
He's like,
fucking
"Ugh."
decked out, bro. What are you gonna do,
Oh, I
bro?
lift.
You trying to lift this weekend, bro?
I
Like,
mean-
let's go, bro. Like, I'm
Yeah.
trying to fucking lift. I'm trying to work on my glutes. Trying to work on my chest muscles. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get right in here. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get fit for the weekend, bro.
I'm like 10% of vision loss away from thinking this is like a Dragon Ball fucking boss. Like It's a new Dragon Ball Super enemy.
That's where they got the idea.
Is this
Souls.
Jiren? Is this?
Yeah.
Fucking power up. Let's go. Oh my god, it's amazing.
No, they're vicious and very strong.
I know if I scroll any further, it's gonna get
Right,
bad.
so
I'm
it's like,
out. I'm
why
out.
are
I'm
you
out.
doing
I'm
this?
out. I'm out. I know I googled ripped kangaroo. Goodbye, my
I'm
algorithms.
so glad.
My ads are done for me. Also, I said it out loud in front of fucking Echo, so we're screwed for that.
Yeah, well,
That's
now you're gonna get
fantastic.
ripped kangaroos in your inbox.
Yeah, so that's cool as fuck. My first news story. I guess this is just kind of putting a hole in a nail in the coffin of any of these stories that we've covered in the past. Because I think I covered every one of them because I'm kind of finally tuned into the Papa John's world. But I always blow John Snyder's shit up on blast whenever I get a free opportunity. Because the guy's a fucking human. I don't know, fucking wrench. He's a fucking, just a shitty wrench. That's what he is.
Like not even a good one, like that one that you never use.
But because of all his back and forth shenanigans and racial slurs and whatnot, John Schneider has been replaced on the board of the Papa John's with Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal? Are you kidding me?
Why is he everywhere right now?
He's
Like,
got a lot of
the man-
businesses, my dude.
The man is a
Agent,
DJ.
that's why.
He's fucking like he's fucking everywhere.
He's got
Like,
smart business
God.
sense. He's got a 2-year contract to bring back and repair image of Papa John's.
I mean, who are you gonna go to?
I mean, it's not
I
that
think
hard
image.
to prepare 2 years.
I think I saw an article of an actual like conversation back and forth on a news thing with some of the other board members, and they're like, "This is a good move. He's got a lot of trust with the millennials." That's what they said.
I think that
That's
there's
like-
a lot
that's
of
their business
millennials
move.
I know that'll be like, who?
He's on the grams.
I'm sorry, what?
No, actually he's everywhere.
Listen,
right now.
if I could
Like,
get Shaq to fucking pimp this show out, I'd do it. I don't give
I mean,
a
that's
damn.
true.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say no.
he's doing music shows as a DJ.
Jesus.
Like, it's fucking he's literally putting together an event in Miami with like him and a bunch of other like millennial music acts, and he's like the prime ticket holder for that, like because he's like now one of these these world touring DJs, and he's like not doing it for the money. Yeah, fucking right.
yeah,
Wow.
that's because is he really getting back into rapping again?
No. He's just a DJ now. That's all
Oh,
he does.
God.
He's
Thank
already
God.
conquered the rap world. That's always
Did
his
he?
thing when people ask him about things. He had a platinum album. How many platinum albums have you had? Which is what
Wait,
he
did that
will say
really?
to you.
Wait, did that album really get platinum?
Yeah.
It's not hard for like people that
Well,
are
especially
anybody
back then,
who
it wasn't that hard.
anybody who has a name that is recognizable that makes a thing. That's what happens.
I don't, quote unquote. I don't think he's being seen as a sellout. He's got the trust, certainly with millennials and certainly with African Americans.
Yes, Shaq Diesel,
Wow.
RIAA Platinum, 1 million sales.
That's the chairman of Reputation Management Consultations.
Oh my God! Look how much money he's putting into this. He's putting a lot of money into this. So good for him.
I think he
he's
swooped in. I mean,
spending money.
Schneider just goes around on a radio show and just talks bullshit about other races, and the stock drops like 17%. And
Holy
Shaq's like, purchase time.
So hold on. So previously,
we should
Shaq,
buy some Papa John stock.
he previously owned 27 Five Guys franchises.
I told you, the man's a smarty.
Respect. Then he's going to be fine. He'll know what to do.
Put the fucking thing. He's still selling shit out here too. I think he's got a
Yeah.
dealership or something.
Good for him.
We don't actually go into all the actual politics of Shaquille O'Neal. This isn't in the money with Kai Rizdal or whatever it's called. Anyways, God.
I don't. What?
Are you
I don't know.
insulting
Jake
my
gave me
listening option?
Jake gave me a really mean look. It was scary.
Why does it always intimidate you? I give you that look and you think it's the mean
For
look.
the audio listeners, imagine scary.
All right. I don't want to get
Oh,
too
no.
into the weeds on this next one, but
Let's do it.
Google over the last week has announced their new thing called Google Stadia, which is a streaming platform for video games. Yes, Stadia.
Stadia.
Don't get tripped up on that part of the word, Jen. Everyone does. Don't get tripped on.
Are you
that part.
just trying to bait me into screaming on live at any point in time? Because I went a little mean on Twitter and I sound like
Yeah.
an old crazy man.
So their whole thing. Well, I'm gonna throw some if-thans at you after I kind of explain this for the listeners. So Google is announcing their Stadia thing, which is a very OnLive-like service. They have the servers to install every game ever, and then they just want to stream it to you through your browser.
Calm down, you're fine.
They're also talking about streaming integration, and not obviously probably through Twitch, most likely through YouTube, in which you can see an ad for a game, and then you can play it right then and there, or you can see your favorite streamer playing a game. I just did air quotes, and then you could play with them and join in on the game that they're playing. And all these other high value things that they've said that obviously we are nowhere in the realm of being able to do right now with most of what current internet people have. Even if you have the best internet, you're gonna have a lot of struggles with this.
This
they've
guy's
announced
got
a few
gigabits, so
partners.
he's ready for it.
Yeah, they've announced a few partners, and I think right now the thing is they're not selling to consumers. They're selling to game studios right now because they need more people to sign up to put shit on this platform.
Well, it's like video streaming. If you don't have good stuff to put on the video streaming platform, then you aren't going to be successful. So.
And also, Google doesn't exactly have the greatest track record of keeping stuff online after they launch.
Or that they just, yeah.
Well, no. Things that fail, not just things. Period. Things that fail. They're very cut and dry on like, well, that didn't work. Sorry.
Yeah, like when they bought out like my favorite app that ever made Gmail actually really great on a phone. They bought it out and then kicked it to the can.
Killed it
immediately, and you're just like, wow, thanks.
There's a lot of good and bad. You guys are saying the thing about the whole resolution and their promises, 40K, 4K and 60 frames.
Teraflops.
Yeah,
all of the
what's a teraflop?
We have so many teraflops. And it's like no one even knows if more teraflops or less is better. We'll figure it out one day. The quantum teraflops. But no. There's good and bad in regards to what they're doing.
And there's some things I want to add.
Well, the thing is, the people that are going to complain about the stuff that is very true, which is they're not going to have 4K 60 frames. You're not going to have unbuffered bullshit. The majority of people aren't going to be able to use your service because they are still trying to watch and whatever. But at the same time, they really don't have to, because again, it's only us that are going to complain about it, because how many people literally, I know their uncles and aunts and whoever have fucking like a 4K Apple TV or a 4K Roku or a 4K TV, and they have a megabit down connection for their fucking internets and shit. And you're like, your Netflix is clocking down to 480, and they're like, look at it on my big TV. And I'm like, it looks like fucking hot garbage. Okay, like you know it. And they're watching they're like, oh, I'm watching this high definition movie, and I'm like, you downloaded your Blu-ray at 800 megabytes. It's fucking garbage. No one knows.
I feel so bad for the Geek Squad guy that deals with my grandparents' TV like once a month.
I want to answer this question that Curtis had is, will it even realistically do 1080 30 well? So Eurogamer did some tests, and they're like, right now with the preview of this service, it doesn't do better than an Xbox or a PlayStation. And if you're not doing better than the current console hardware, then you're gonna have struggles. I'm assuming there's gonna be a lot of uptick later on down the line.
What I'm seeing there is what I mean. You don't have. I get the concept of you definitely have to do better to break into a market like this.
Well, I just say you have to do better than the current console hardware because it's 10-year-old hardware.
But at the same time, you're not buying a console. I mean, does that get you any points for it, even if it's meeting?
I think so. I think one of the things that people smarter than us have said is, if they launch this with
7-year-old little Timmy doesn't need an Xbox X fucking under the tree every year.
If they launch this with more kid-friendly and mobile style games to capture that market, that is really big right now.
Yes.
That they can see all the data on from Android phones of people who are downloading all
Yeah.
these mobile games. If they go that route, because one of the things, and I don't know how many other people notice this, but one of the things people do now to for lack of a better word, to shut their kid up is hand them their phone, right? Their kid opens YouTube or opens whatever app is downloaded for them. Like most kids know what apps are for them and what apps aren't on mommy's phone. And they're just like, boom, YouTube, boom, fucking Happy Time Friends, which I also learned is another thing that we'll talk about on another show, all the YouTube children's programming that is a thing now. But
Okay.
Oh, you don't hang around kids.
No, but so those games though, that's kind of been proving the point that I've been saying it for a long time. And again, it's just people like me that are.
By the way,
streaming.
I have a 4-year-old niece. I don't want the assertion that I just randomly hang around.
no,
Okay.
I
You
love
got-
that
you got
out
the
of
look.
context statement of you don't hang around kids.
This is literally what I did yesterday, though. Like, I went out for lunch with my old college roommate. I haven't seen in a long time, and she's a 3-year-old kid, and we're sitting there and having lunch, and he's kind of like, I'm bored, and handed him the phone, and this 3-year-old like navigated to what he wanted, pulled it up, and was rock and roll, ready to go entertain himself, and we continue to enjoy our lunch. Like, that's the world we're in now. So,
But so
One thing,
these games like when you put Fortnite on a cell phone or whatever, and you put PUBG on a cell phone. I was making these associations back when like they'd say the advertisements would be like, oh, the new Mortal Kombat Ultimate 3, it's coming out on Super Nintendo, Genesis, and the Game Boy Color. And I'm like, one of those is going to be a different style game. It's going to be a little different. It's going to look a little less good.
well,
And it turns
and
out
another thing-
I was correct in this, and we're all correct in the whole like the hardware's not there and people aren't going to need it. Why would they do it? But when you're the only one screaming and little Timmy's over there enjoying Mortal Kombat 3 in his Game Boy Color, even though he's getting, in my opinion and the right opinion, a shitty experience, Timmy's still happy. And people are going to be happy playing fucking Tomb Raider at 480, 20 frames in their Google Chrome browser that's eating their fucking Chromebooks a whole battery up in a hot minute.
the bigger concern isn't even the battery. My bigger concern is the more and more streaming content that people are taking in. People aren't just worried about upgrading their internet. Now they've got to deal with the fact that they got to pay for bandwidth, which they've never even heard
Bandwidth
about
caps are
before.
there, too.
They
Yeah.
have no idea what that's like.
But here, out of all of this, and to wrap it up, because I don't want to make this an actual tech podcast, but like the good that is out there, and also so I don't go full curly, as people were mentioning earlier. I just have a lot of mean stuff to say. But the tech is there. People are asking about if it's even possible to do 1080 at 30 or whatever.
oh yeah.
I'm not just a person who knows of OnLive. I was an avid user of OnLive when I was younger. It was easily 7 or 8 years ago. It was like 2003 when they first came out. But like I had a very expensive 5 megabits down internet capacity, and that was the minimum to allowed you to use at that time, which was like 480 and 720 games and shit. And I liked it. I didn't think it was that fantastic because it was. What was funny is that the greatest thing about OnLive, you could play the game like you just honestly you pick it, you start it, you play it. There's a little bit of latency, but you get used to it just like you do with an emulator. It's really not even noticeable. Even then, it wasn't noticeable. Nowadays, we play Parsec with Sam, and he can play Spelunky from his house to my house. It works. The tech is there.
we played it with me in Illinois.
We did, yeah. But so with OnLive though, it had this little feature where you, since all the games were hosted on the servers anyways, you could just click and watch someone else play. And I was like, oh, that's fascinating. And it had no chat or anything, but you could just do a thumbs up or thumbs down, and it would make a sound on the person's screen. And I was like, this is amazing. Someone should make this into a service where we could watch other people play video games and maybe interact with them. And then, I never capitalized on it because I'm a fucking piece of shit. That being said, with the good stuff that we're actually talking about in this whole thing is not just trying to do this whole like replacement of games, like not trying to be another console and like, oh, another place where you can put your video game. Because in all honesty, Google can make a bunch of servers. They can spend a bunch of money to retrofit it, and they can make a service. It'll exist, and people will use it just like they use Origin or whatever. It's because just games are there, and it's another place to get XCOM or another place to get whatever. Wait. But the good thing is that they're and I'm so happy they brought it up in their initial speech, was their talk of bringing in developers to develop games with the system intended to be on this OnLive fucking Stadia service. The fact, if you can, because right now all games are designed with the idea that they're on a console and then they have the internet to connect them. And so everything's designed around that mentality and that network lag and stuff. If they do what they were saying, which is design a game from the ground up where all the data is known to be on the server, and all you have to do is ping dumb clients from that side.
And they already came out that the controller it connects directly over your Wi-Fi network, so you don't have to go through the TV or Chrome or anything.
Okay, cool.
You go through the Wi-Fi.
Well, yeah, it goes to the internet. But that being
the
said,
amount
the
input lag that already exists.
No, but
in the world.
it's really, it works though. It really does work if you have enough internet. It uses all my internet when I use Parsec.
So
but it works.
Here's my other little triangle of the Google piece, right? Is Google bringing this service out, letting it be somewhat shitty, right? And being like, man, if everybody had Google Fiber, this would be great.
They're building a world where they have to.
They're trying.
The dum-dums like me and Curly will be like, oh, here's my username, here's my bank account, and bring the Google Fiber to my house so I can use your service better. And then we'll be like, oh, it's still shit. Fuck, they got me.
Every time.
Yeah.
I still can't play Counter-Strike on this shit. But yeah.
I guess the only thing that I'm kind of concerned about is we're already starting to hear about people are getting upset about everything's going to a subscription model. And back in the past, remember when Xbox 360, they said they weren't going to have a game disc. You have to buy everything digitally. People got upset about that.
Yeah, everybody got upset about that. But then the thing is, that's probably what they're gonna announce at E3 this year. They're gonna round to that shit. Like,
Xbox Cloud is
guy,
back.
What if we gave you a 5 terabyte machine and you just downloaded everything? Does that play this time? Do you like that?
Yeah.
Fuck you! You all downloaded Steam and Epic launchers, you piece of shits.
Because it is the exact same thing, though, and everyone was like, I leaned in on Nintendo heavily as well because they made PlayStation made that really funny ass commercial where they were like, "Here, this is how you trade a game," and they handed it over to another little dude, and he was really happy, and it was a very short commercial.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, the thing that Nintendo was trying to do with the whole idea is like you bought a game and now it's linked to your account, so that game disc can't work anymore because then anyone could just take your game disc and tie it to your account. What they were trying to build with having that DRM built into it is that then they could be like, "Oh shit, bro, you want to install fucking Toomba 2? You gotta go and it's a horrible game. But you can just get it from the servers, just like on Steam. Like we got our pitchforks and fire and everything when Steam first came out. If you guys were around for Orange Box and shit,
oh god, yeah,
where it was like you're gonna take away our CD keys and make it so we can't give our CD key to our friend, and then go and click the button that says "Call Tech Support" and then make it just reactivate. You can't do that.
They got upset about it, and they had to roll back a whole bunch of features.
But you know how happy we are when we're like, shit, I don't got Tomb Raider 2 Gold Edition's disc. Where do I get it from? And you can just click on the button and download it. And now we're all here. So that's what Xbox was trying to do with their shit in the first place. And they can't just have discs willy-nilly. They just needed to say get rid of discs, which I think they're doing, right? With their fucking discless shit.
That's the big claim is they're going to the digital download model again and trying to get rid of discs.
Discs
but
are so
they
expensive.
probably they probably have better rhetoric and better copy this time around.
Yeah, just have a better rollout than it was last time. And saying just says, well, what about what about the military people? She goes, well, there's the 360. The 360 still works. Like that was the reaction.
Or they'll make a machine that because also the claim is the next PlayStation is going to be way backwards compatible. It's going to be the fucking way back.
Way backwards compatible.
Yeah.
PlayStation ain't that old. Don't try to come at me like it's fucking old. God, people are like born when PlayStation 3 was made.
Stop talking. I'm so old right now.
But it gives an interesting perspective, and there were things like that I also got angry about. Like the thing that it says in there, like, oh, you could be watching your favorite streamer and then instantly join their game, and I automatically just my brain was like, no, that's how trolls get there. When you go like, oh, do you wanna shit on this person's experience while they're trying to entertain people? Here's an easier way to do that.
Here to right click for IP address if you would like. Here you go. As a user account as well. You want to write a letter to your favorite streamer. There's bullshit like that all the time
But the Stadia announcement, that was the largest YouTube announcement they've had in years.
Yeah.
YouTube? I mean, I guess Google announcement.
Like Google announcement on you, like on YouTube. I think
When was the last time that YouTube had a major announcement?
I guess I don't know YouTube. I was just thinking Google. Like I was gonna say, I miss Wave a lot.
Okay, so why do you gotta bring it up? Now my heart hurts.
Share a tear for Wave.
Now my heart hurts.
Gonna get one of them Google Wave T-shirts off of eBay
I can't.
for $100.
I can't deal with it.
But no, I'm definitely interested in this.
I'm glad someone's fucking with the technology. There's no reason why we're not doing it at this point. The servers are there.
Yeah, I'm skeptical about this.
Turn off all the damn collection servers and fucking the NSA and have them play video games for us.
Fucking older names than me and Curly do. Gina Trapani.
No, that's what I'm talking about. She's got one of those shirts. I fucking love her.
She was 100% into Google Wave.
She got them life hacks going on, yo.
Oh my god. We have to forge ahead, kids.
We have a strong tech background on this game stupid show, okay? God.
Ahead. I know. But I'm gonna have sadness.
To get back to the chuckle dicks, Zimbabwe had a bit of a trub with their
oh god, are you really doing that story?
No,
you're
next
not.
story. Next story.
What? This is a story that people know about? I just got it on the internet.
Is this the one about how there may be 1,000 dead because of a hurricane?
No. What? Okay. Get out of here with your tragedy lever. Jesus.
Sorry.
Nah, man. This one company.
Is this the spike? Yeah, it is.
Jesus, can you let the story happen? They made an energy drink, and it turns out I'm gonna let you figure out what happened to the energy drinks. The National Drug Authority had to send out a letter that said they had a finding that a lot of customer complaints were coming in after drinking this energy Powerade. Not associated with Powerade. That customers were complaining of having constant sweating and nearly 6-hour erections. Which I posture is not that big of a deal.
So
what is that? Is that
one is worse, right? Because we've had two energy drink things. There was the dude who put.
I got another energy thing later too.
Oh yeah, what was it? Cocaine?
No, I think it was meth.
This is Viagra.
Meth in it, and
it was Viagra.
Well, no.
No, he's
this
talking
was
about a
Viagra, right? But we had another news story where a guy put like meth in it and then also pissed in it.
Yeah, he called them energy drinks. That was one of my stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like these stories.
So
they're happy, good field time stories.
So which one would you drink? This one or the other?
Don't turn this into a would you rather. I would definitely rather have the Viagra pills than the piss meth. Does anyone else want to chime in with Kaz's conundrum?
I mean, personally, I mean, erections for 6 hours. I'm used to that. That's like my life all the time. Not at all. I don't know. That's a horrible decision.
I think the drink was called Power Natural High Energy Drink SX.
I feel like that's got to be a translation error. I hope that's a translation issue.
The old PNHED SX.
Is that the new console coming out to
Curtis,
support?
I'm voting for both of those titles.
Both of those. I think you just made a title accidentally. It's true though.
Viagra pills over piss.
I guess I'm right. I don't even need a validation from you guys. But yeah, that was my Zambia story.
No, it's crazy. Like that really sucks.
That was my Zambia story.
Do you know where Zambia is?
It's over there.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Zambia.
Is it anywhere? It might be near. It might be near the state of
Africa.
Chicago.
Something else.
Somewhere near the state of Chicago.
We're never doing geography games ever.
Oh please, let's do
It was
an
perhaps
Africa
one of the
quiz.
greatest 10 minutes of my life watching you try to find states.
I have a lot of content for this episode
Continue.
that I'm now considering cutting thanks to you people. So
No, don't. I had forgotten about it. And
Kaz story.
Well, I was gonna do. You know what? Fuck it. So, much akin to the scandals of online unboxings, CS:GO and Star Wars and every other game that has loot crates. YouTube is not YouTube itself, but kids and toy companies are getting into this on YouTube by having people do unboxings, and they're creating all these toys that are. So many more toy lines like Hatchimals and LOL and all these things are now random what do you get in a box, and it's now becoming like a big thing on YouTube and Instagram and all these other places, and they're like literally hiring children to make videos where you do these things. You unbox something and you get something random.
You get garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just a giant thing. Like, as somebody who still works in retail, it is literally a giant industry where these kids are just like, yo, I need like 8 of those LOL things because I need to see what I'm gonna get this week.
I gotta say, I can see understanding why the mentality is super like rampant about that is like the perceived value of these little like cool, cute trinkets or whatever, or stuff that you find in like a party favor box. Because we talked about this the other day about that like magazine that you can get that has like wholesale party favors and shit from like China and shit, and it's like you want 1,000 little frogs with a bouncy butt on them. It'll be $2.
I've been living on for years. Like,
but so for me and my ex who found that catalog and found the whole behind the scenes on how that stuff gets purchased, which she was looking into getting stuff for her kid in school. I remember her and I were just like, we were like kids on a fucking cocaine candy run. Like, we were looking at that magazine, we're like, we could have all of the bouncy balls in the world. And we're like, let's get them. And then that's what the kind of loot boxes. I always see them and I'm like, oh man, they make that sound real cool. Like, but you're just going to get like a really thin t-shirt, a wall scroll, like a garbage fan and a bouncy ball.
By the way, can you stop talking shit about that? Like, I'm actually wearing a high quality shirt that I got out of a box, and I have several subscriptions, and I have gotten some really awesome things out of my boxes. So if you want a referral code, let me know. Just say it. No,
I say things, and I'm not necessarily meaning them right. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
I'm also bringing this story like to us, but I still play Counter-Strike and I still fucking buy boxes and open weapons, and I'm like, I'm gonna get a knife this week. Oh, nope. A fucking brown Glock.
You do it digitally,
again.
right?
I got 12 of these. Yeah. I spent $50 for 12 brown Glocks that are worth 50 cents.
My other run-ins at Vaughn's where something fucking man asked me if I play Monopoly like an adult, and I look him in the eye and I say, I'm an adult. No, I don't fucking play Monopoly with you right now, Vaughn's man. Sorry, I hate these things.
Stop going to Vaughn's.
Can we stop talking about the donut liquid?
It's the one last thing I hate.
Supermarket chain.
Oh my god.
But so I don't know. This is a thing, and I don't. This thing always changes forms. Like it was digital for a really long time, it's been in physical form before as well, and then it's just being targeted at kids now. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with it. I know some people in chat have said it's like a form of gambling, which some of the digital versions of these things have been.
Oh yeah.
It is very like roulette. You're pulling that thing and hoping you hit the big play.
And it gets around the law is what it is. It's the same with all the in-app purchases and shit, and what Apple ran into when they didn't have that shit any way to lock it down. Like, they're like, oh shit, you hand your phone to a kid and it's got 1 million Smurf dollars and 10 minutes later. And you're like,
oh yeah,
shit.
like the one that bought like
$430
dollhouses.
I'm not even sure. This is another random run-in that I had. It wasn't even a run-in. Okay, sorry, no run-ins. This isn't going to go into the run-in section. I was in a place waiting for food, and the local school had just gone out. I'm assuming a high school. A bunch of kids looked like they were 2 years old, but they were probably like 17. And they were handing their phones back and forth to each other. And I'm just overhearing this conversation where they're like, they're all talking about whose phone would have in-app purchases unlocked. Like, that's their biggest concern is, like, who got around their parents' fucking in-app purchases so that they can buy another Pokeball or fucking
see, this shit cracks me
straw
up.
or some shit.
But see, like, didn't you have shit like that when you were a kid? Like, I remember, like, I used to have, like, we would always call, when we wanted to have conference calls, we would call my friend who had call waiting because they were the one that could call movie phone so we could talk late at night because they'd be on movie phone waiting for the call waiting to come through so that they could get the call and then we connect everybody up. But see, we didn't all have call waiting because that shit was expensive. My mom's like, fuck that. Like, that shit, you don't get that. Yeah. So, yeah, it's who has the cool unlocked shit. Rock on.
I forgot who said it in chat, but it has also made me think of this other thing that has been growing more and more on the internet that is in this like kind of slot machine-esque style thing that is like catching on is the Japanese vending machines that you can control online from your phone or whatever. And like you buy tokens. Yeah. You buy tokens and there's like a slot of different machines. You could like pick one and then you're like, oh, all right, I'm gonna try to get this prize. Is Curly trying to find one of these sites?
We doing this right now? We doing this right now?
Like already Googling. I'm
we
like,
just do this right now. Yeah, interesting. Doodle doo doo doo.
The crane games. So it's it's this thing. It's just human nature to want to win big on the slightest chance.
Why? So why do we? I mean? I don't know this actually. I'm now just realizing I don't know this. Why do we outlaw gambling? Is it simply just because it's too easy to make money from exploiting that from humans?
No, it's because of we're a puritanical society that has issues with that.
But we allow it with a license.
So,
yeah, it's a puritanical thing.
It is the fucking
like
it is
the government can hold raffles
thing in the world.
And lotteries.
It's that one thing that I think the government is smart enough to no, we need to protect you from this.
Yeah, because that's the point, right? Is that if everyone did it, every business would be a place until it got oversaturated.
Yeah,
I get. There. You know me. I'm supposed to be the fucking super objectivist, but I do get where there has to be certain, for a society to function beyond a certain size, there has to be some kind of protections for things. Because it would just be too easy. I'd be on the corner right now with 8 different who wants to play my shiny wiggly game? Just give me all your dumb money. I always win because the more you play.
What would be involved in your shiny wiggly game?
Shiny wiggly game is light up the eyes. It's good times.
Right up the eyes.
Stop. Don't gamble on me.
Don't gamble on me. Just over me.
Fucking all streaming would be gambling. Hey, let's see what fucking resolution you're gonna get this week. Oh, you got 180. Ooh, get fucked.
All right, my final news story is a small segment that I like to call "What will it take for you to really, really hurt your kid?"
Depends
basically,
on how many views they have on YouTube.
This happened in Germany. I don't even. There's no way to spin this. A 9-year-old kid went door to door and handed away $50 bills. Eventually, totaling his entire parents' savings. It's pounds, but I don't give a shit.
No, that's not okay. Why does he have access to this cash?
He found their savings, which was in a bag under a bed or something.
Oh, so you were his parent.
So you did a bad job.
It wasn't in a bank.
No. This kid who took his parents' money went door to door and just handed away money in $50 notes.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. This is you as a parent because you probably don't trust banks, so you keep all your money hidden in your goddamn house.
It ended up being 2,700 pounds. It wasn't like it was fucking crazy.
That's like $5,000 in our money.
Is it? It's not that anymore.
It's still a lot.
That's just burden in the streets. But yeah, eventually, most people were happy to take the money.
Oh hell yeah!
But one person called the police, and
hey,
the child was recovered. The police put out a statement saying, "Of course, the family would be happy to get their savings back. So if you have any of their cash, can you please return it?"
Yeah, right. They spent that.
Okay, all right. There's your conundrum right there, guys. If some little fucking little chap comes to your door and hands you a banknote of $50, and then you hear, "Oh, the family down the street needs to have their grocery money back," Kaz, what do you do?
If a child, I'm not giving it back, but I'm letting you know right now. If a child knocked on your door right now, first you're pissed. Secondly, he hands you $50, so you're like, you know what? All right. And you close that door and you never speak of that moment ever again. That's what happens.
It's like a door in the original Legend of Zelda.
I wonder. That's a good follow-up story. Pat brings up. I wonder how great the neighbors were, because I bet if they were nice, they would return it. But then you'll find out it's like, oh man, they were horrible.
We don't invite Bill and Susie to our parties anymore because they held that $50. Everybody else gave it back.
I can imagine maybe the kid's just running a little racket. Everywhere he goes, he just takes something from someone's house and just steals it and sells it on the street. Or he just Robin Hoods it, apparently.
Every kid does that.
I think he was just trying to be nice, but also you as parents are terrible if you're keeping your cash in your house. It's your fault. Okay, you lose.
No, they're not terrible parents. They're relatively good parents because their kid went around and gave away money, right?
They also lost their kid for a long enough time for this to happen.
I was gonna say the kid is gallivanting through the neighborhood with a fucking sack of cash. Are you really that great of parents? I don't know.
I mean, he was like, "Hey, we might as well give, right?"
See how much a safe is.
My concern
You can buy
is
one
that
for $150.
This is a 9-year-old that at some point looked through the money that he has obviously taken that's not his. You know, possession at that point in time.
Yeah.
And he determined that every house deserved a 50. Like he made a value judgment of like what each family needs.
He's
going
to be an insurance.
Like he wasn't like,
later.
oh, what do you need? Like family that's here. He was like, you're all
that
about
kid
worth.
is gonna grow up and be a
You can
fucking
get-
loan shark. He's gonna start knocking on those doors like, where's my 250?
It turns out I
I gave
loaned
you
you
50.
$50 in 2019, and
You can get a really good safe for $40 online.
I was gonna
And if
say,
you had
you can get a really
$2,700,
nice
you could have bought a
one.
really good safe.
Listen, if your children are stealing from you, you got bigger problems than needing a safe.
Yeah.
Spend that money on a therapist.
or just don't keep your money in a sack,
Or lock your kid up.
Yeah.
or lock your kid up. Good plan.
Whoa, whoa.
No.
He also started this story
Views
with.
expressed by Curly
with
do not
what
represent
would
those
you
of open
do?
value.
What would it
What
take
would
for
you
you
do to beat your child?
What would it take?
It's a good segment. If your kid did this, how many whoopings? Saying. I like
No.
the kid.
Better set a commercial break.
Taking
Waiting
money
for
on-
that mother grow up and take the interest on that 50 he gave everybody.
All right, I'm cutting our second game for the second time. We're going into the summer school because I did prepare one for today. So we're going to do audio puzzles for you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah,
Wait, do we have a bumper that lets us know that we're going into another segment of another part of the show?
maybe. I just.
It's game time
Hell yeah!
with Curly.
That's what I'm talking about.
Only on dkgWELP.
So delicious.
Hey, this is the segment of the show where Curly brings a game for us and the guests to play. What you got this week?
Hopefully that guy that knows where I get these games from isn't here today because that was real rude last
That was-
time.
You're real upset about that.
Kaz, did you catch that last time? Last time,
A little bit, yeah.
yeah. I'll
It's
call.
like,
I'll call
yeah, I
myself
listen to
out.
that radio station too.
I'll call myself
really-
out. I don't make a lie about the fact that I basically rework, sort of just basically steal wholesale from the local radio station that I listen to in the morning out here because, you know, they do some really funny bits. And I thought, you know what? What's the chances of our viewership crossing over? And this guy was in the chat and was like, oh, it's that bit from the DSC, huh? And I was like, oh, shit, man. And he was answering a question. Like, I even had thrown in a news story that they did. And he's like, yeah, I heard this on the morning radio. What you got, bub? And I was like, fuck, man. It was just heckling. And I just kept, like, eyes kept looking at it. And I was like, oh, shit, I'm sweating now. It was horrible. It was very horrible. Don't call their lawyers,
boy.
please. They don't think they care. They're not doing anything on the internet. Anywho, basically, this game is called Summer School because the child that is in it is named Summer. The idea is that this kid is sort of working on learning how to talk, and her mother makes her say words on a certain theme, and then you guys try to guess what the kid is saying. We don't make fun of the kid unless it's really funny, which sometimes is. I think I'm gonna have to move this over here.
Do you want me to have a harder time seeing it or an easier
Yeah,
time
where
seeing
can I
it?
put this, Jen, so you can't
This
see
is
it?
my eye that doesn't work.
Okay, so
So
yeah,
putting it
just
over
don't look at this
there.
monitor. You can look at that
Yeah,
monitor. You're good.
We're good to go.
Okay, cool.
Can you put
This
the
is
chat
sweet.
over there then, though, so I can read it? Oh no, because they're gonna type stuff. I don't
No,
wanna
no, no. It's already right there, anyways.
Oh, rock on.
Rocka, don't look over there. I saw
did.
you peek.
This thing
Jesus.
was moving. Do you ever track?
As always, no. Just don't,
doesn't play grooming.
chat. Just don't answer. I don't want to put it on full emote only. Just don't answer unless these guys get a couple
Wow,
chances.
Viper.
All right.
Yikes, bro.
I'll call for you guys when it is. Just because I want you guys to participate as well. So I don't want to put them on.
Did a kid
All right.
beat you up like a kangaroo beat up that dude?
Dude, that fucking kangaroo was terrifying.
Yeah, I'm gonna have kangaroo nightmares now. Thanks for that, guys. It's gonna be great. That's the name of this podcast, Kangaroo Nightmares. I'm gonna tell all the stories of horrible kangaroo attacks, and you can have nightmares.
I still like jacked, ripped kangaroo. Sorry.
Name is your buzzer. So if you would like to answer the question, or you have the answer to what the word is, just say your name, and I will call on you. So the
John
theme.
John is my name this week.
The theme is real dumb, but it's what they do, so I can't change it. It's just prison terms because of all those white chicks going to prison about getting their kids into schools.
Whoa, what?
It was a San Diego thing. Both, I think both the people were from fucking San Diego. Okay.
There was a lot of people.
Oh well, both the first ones that were announced, or the ones they
No,
talked about on
it's
San
not,
Diego
it's
radio.
not the first ones. It's the two famous ones. All
Yes.
the other ones are just people who have a lot of money and nobody knows who they are.
Correct.
Yeah, both of the 50 of them.
Both of the 50.
Which, once again,
San
if you want to hear
Diego-
my rant about this story, sportsoddsandsends.com.
Was it the whole episode? Did you guys do that? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. These are all prison terms. Very simple and easy. I play the clip. You buzz in. Easy one.
Summer. It was an easy one.
Mm-hmm.
John Valjean.
Summer.
Prison term.
Kaz. Salmon.
Oh, Bayou.
Open bayou.
Cellmate. Oh.
Play it again. Summer.
This is an easy one. This is gonna be a bad day, guys.
Panma?
Hanma. I can't even. Summer.
Chat, you guys got it? Yeah, prison term salmon.
Swimming upstream again. Are you?
Slammer.
Oh,
I heard salmon
I was.
too, Curtis.
Yeah.
Now do you hear it?
Yeah, I hear it. Slammer.
Yeah, it's a kid.
No wonder the parents are so angry. They can't understand their children. That's why they're stressed out.
Some of these are easy. You guys got this.
Shawshank. Oh, Jen.
Kaz.
Jen.
Shawshank.
What the fuck? All right.
You were
You
way
lucked out. I didn't
after
hear
her. Way.
You win.
Definitely that was.
Shawshank.
Just give it to her because she's next to you, so you hear the O.
Yeah,
and
she's
you're
got
like,
zero
okay,
latency.
Well, say her name. I already said my name. She was still saying O. Whatever. Shawshank.
Yeah, in studio does have advantages. Kaz,
Got that in studio ping. Why don't you make a trip to San Diego?
I was just
6
looking
seconds
around.
away.
I don't know why I was looking around like I was actually keeping score. Oh god.
Call Curly, and the Curly needs to answer for her to fucking be able to answer.
There's an extra vowel at the end there.
That's right.
Wait, what? What?
That's right.
Bayou.
Open bayou.
Death Row.
Yeah,
Oh,
wow.
I got one.
That's impressive. You must have a child niece. Wow.
I thought I said Death
I
Note.
heard boat float.
Yeah.
Death Note.
That's right.
Death Note.
I was like, oh, you watching that on Netflix? Is that on Netflix?
All right, next one.
Orange is the new black. Jen. Orange is the new black. Cass is so pissed right now.
Your mouth didn't even move until afterwards.
It was adorable. Drop the soap. Jen.
Kaz.
That was,
Drop the soap.
yeah, it was totally dropped. I was like,
I didn't make the
"Ugh."
game.
These are so dark.
The first few seasons of the show Oz.
Oh god, that show is dark.
This might be a hard one.
Changing. Jen. Chain gang.
I think your eyeball started working.
No, it didn't. It
Your
just that
eyeball
one.
started working.
You were
I
so
think
full of
She's
it.
right next to you. That's why she gets the answers
everyone
first.
on the camera check her
Oh
eyes.
my god, dude.
And this one because I heard Chain Gang easily.
Yeah, I heard it too. That was super easy. My bad eyeball. You're right. I just were. Fuck you.
Chain Gang.
All right, next clue.
Carry shorts.
I hear that one clear as day.
I did not.
Yes.
Carry shorts.
All right. Nobody say anything. Play it again.
Carry shorts. Yeah, I'm hearing Kazzy shorts too, so I'm glad we're on the same thing.
Oh, Bayou.
Open bayou.
Baggy pants.
What did you say?
No,
Sure thing.
I heard baggy.
I know.
Carry shorts.
Clear as day. I don't know how you guys don't hear it.
Oh, Jen. Cavity search.
Them eyeballs are wiggling. Those eyeballs are traveling. Traveling eyeballs. I fake blind to win this game too.
Fucking frustrates me because I'm not.
I saw her just peek. She just peeked.
Can't see out of my right eye.
I'd go harder on it if it wasn't the fact that I know you can't read that quick too. Oh.
I can't even recognize a symbol on a thing and use the controller correctly. You think I'm gonna
Next clue.
Yes.
Breaking rocks.
Kaz. Breaking rocks.
You win.
I really thought it was bacon blocks. But
Bacon blocks.
I was hearing bacon blocks.
Breaking rocks.
It's very excited. Breaking rocks.
Breaking rocks.
I also heard baking rocks, and I was like, "How are you gonna make Coke in fucking jail? There's no ovens." And I was like,
baking
"Are you sneaking into the kitchen?" I went through a whole thing.
Bacon rock.
Bacon rocks.
Easy. Next clue.
Good clue.
Next clue. All right, that one's broken. Next clue.
The walk.
It's clear as a
What?
bell.
Shut the fuck up.
The walk.
Jen?
Jen.
The walk? What is that?
The good old prison walk where they cook up your food.
I thought maybe there's a term I'm not aware of.
Oh, Kaz.
They don't fucking have like cook like all the noodles on the prison
I
walk.
don't know.
Kaz.
Starring
Oh,
I forget who's in that movie. The Rock.
No, Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery.
No, my favorite movie
Best movie ever. One of my
The
favorites.
walk.
Yeah,
Love that movie so much.
from The Walk.
No,
Jackie Chan.
God damn it.
Jesus Christ. Why is that one more not working? Okay, cool. Good luck.
Sing sing.
Jen.
Jen.
That's Sing Sing. It's so
Eyeballs
easy.
wiggling.
That's not. She literally said the word.
Okay.
Everybody's done a stint in Sing Sing.
Yeah.
All right, this one's a saying I never heard before, so good luck.
Could you mud?
Yeah, it's obviously crunch your mud. I don't know.
The Rock.
Could you mud?
So, one of those words,
Crunchy. I hear crunchy
like-
in it.
I think
I'm
it was
50%
crunchy.
sure is mud.
Could you mud?
Something about fixing. Yeah, crunch your mullet. Obviously, is the answer.
No, I clean your.
Crunch your butt.
Wait, play it one more time.
Could you mud?
Could you mud? Should you mud?
It's just I don't think anyone's ever heard the saying before. This is why I was confused, but
I'm out.
apparently everyone said it was a thing. It's
Could you fud?
hold your mud.
Hold
what
your
the
mud.
fuck does
which
that mean? Does it mean
apparently
not
means
pooping?
to not snitch, like to not.
Oh. Okay.
Could you mud?
Never heard of it.
That is
Everyone
it.
else
Oh.
said it was a thing.
Okay, I get the context because like it's don't like because secrets are like people say secrets are dirt. So
You're going
like,
really
mud-
deep, dude.
Or it's just like don't muddy the waters, you know. So don't
Yeah.
add your
Secrets
words
are like
to it.
squand. You see?
How you crunch your mullet? Okay, and just
Crunch
give us
your
the
mullet,
next
clean your butt.
Innocent.
Jen.
Jen.
Kaz.
They literally. That was Kaz. He said it first for sure.
I didn't hear it. Kaz.
Innocent.
You win.
This is another term for a thing I didn't know, but it's a name for a thing.
Oh, Sparky.
Kaz.
Kaz.
Oh, fucky.
What was it? What was that?
Oh, fucky.
That sounds right. That sounds right. It does sound right. Oh, you got it. It's Old Sparky.
Oh, Sparky.
Apparently the name that
Nailed
people all
it.
over the world say.
Nailed it like varnish.
And go for broke.
Penitentiary.
Kaz.
Kaz.
Penitentiary.
Oh wow.
Penitentiary.
That after you
wow.
holy shit, dude. That was a
This
good one.
guy.
All right, all right.
This guy. All right, that. Oh, there's one more. Hold on. You're never going to get this one because it's also another dumb thing.
A dirty squirrel.
Wait, play it again.
Bayou.
Open Bayou.
Dirty squeal.
No, I'm going to give it to you. Fuck
A
it.
dirty squirrel.
It says dirty screw. I don't ever said
Oh.
those words in my entire fucking life or heard anyone say
You
it.
give somebody the old dirty screw.
The old dirty screw. Is that what it is, or is it you're a dirty screw? It's not giving someone the old
I
dirty
feel like you're
screw?
asking me if I'm the old dirty screw. I'm gonna say no because that's aggressive.
Let's go watch The Godfather again.
We
Yeah.
should watch The Godfather with no subtitles and see what happens. It's fun times.
Oh,
How would I
Lord.
have ever been able to read those? Those are like
They were
those
like
neon.
Oreo, yeah.
They're like pale neon and white.
Oh,
Like,
that's the
it's
wrong website.
impossible.
No, don't look at that thing. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the end of the podcast on this end.
It's a lot harder to do it when you're not in the chat room.
Yeah, it is. No, it's very easy. Thank you guys for being here. This has been super fun. If you want to follow us on all the things, I have Twitch channels that I do stuff all week long. Jen does things on the internet.
Yeah, Thursday we're having Bryce Neshcom Castillo on the podcast on Thursday for Geek Grills, but you can find my stuff at the Jen Plays on Twitch.
Some massively amazing, awesome person's going to put that stuff in the chat at some point.
The Jen Says on Twitter.
And then I'll ask you what to put inside of the thing for the notes on the actual podcast. Anyways, Open Bayou is also a friend we had here today. What do you do, my good friend that's an affiliate on the Twitch now?
Yeah, twitch.tv/Open Bayou. Tomorrow, 10 Pacific, 11, 12, 1 Eastern. I'm gonna be keynoting the Apple announcement tomorrow, which is they're going to do cable, probably launch a cable service, newsstand, and probably a bank.
A streaming service, not a cable service.
No, it's starting to sound like it's going to be like a little cable service, like Amazon does.
Cable, but yeah.
It's going to be a collation of streaming services. It's going to be interesting. I'm excited for that announcement, actually.
I don't care anymore. I'm tired of signing up for things.
Got to bring
I
old man
think this
Kaz.
one is going to be the solution. They're going to try to solve it. That's what it's going to be. They're going to try to be like, how can we streamline it so people don't say the shit like Kaz just said?
Had to kill all the old men away and make all the
No,
young
they'll
guys
still do it.
buy all your loot boxes.
You know what? Good things do come out of my box. That come, as Curtis said earlier, very clearly.
Let's not brand
thank you for
vaginas
listening to
as
the
loot
show.
boxes.
It's not brand vaginas in general.
If you like loot boxes, go down to your local orphanage. Also, listen, and subscribe. Leave a comment. It'll catch up. Leave a comment. Tell a friend about the show. Make sure you come back next week. And also join us each and every single day here on twitch.tv/DrunkKidsGaming, where you can see Charlie playing a game that is something. Mostly
Mario. We're starting Mario 64 next week. Damn, it'll be over. It'll be fun. Mario 64 on actual hardware.
Honey?